Hey, I'm Bryson with Trick Tools, and we have a Femi 782 portable bandsaw here, and we wanted to show you guys how to turn it into a vertical bandsaw using this easy-to-use vise-mounted cutting table. So Femi makes it real easy to turn this horizontal bandsaw into a vertical one. And how it works, you just tilt back the cutting head, and with this vise-mounted table, you slide it over the bandsaw blade, drop it down inside the vise, you get it lined up with your blade in the cutting slot, then you tighten the table inside the vise. And they also have a few adjustments you can do to make sure that the table is level, which includes this little stabilizing post on the backside, which can be moved up and down to make sure that the backside of the table is supported. And there's also some bolts here on the backside of the arm that you actually have to back out to put pressure on the cutting head to keep the cutting head from moving back and forth. I'll show you how that works. So you can see once you get the table clamped into the vise that the cutting head still has a little bit of play in it. Well, on the back side of the structure of the cutting table here, you can see there's a couple of bolts in here. And you can back these bolts out until they apply a little bit of pressure to the cutting head. And using a wrench, you can snug them up a little bit, adding that little bit of pressure onto the cutting head. And it takes that play right out of the head of the saw. And there's a couple little jam nuts on here. You can tighten those up. That way it doesn't vibrate loose. Then you're ready for cutting. So standard operation on the 782 saw, it's powered by this trigger on this trigger handle here, but when you're trying to use it as a vertical saw, it's not very user-friendly having to hold it with one hand. So Femi's answer to that was this little trigger hold. So what you do with the power off on the saw, you can slide this trigger hold over the trigger, and that applies and keeps pressure on the trigger, which then allows you to just use the on and off power switch on the side to power the saw. So with the table mounted in the vise, the adjustment set to lock down the cutting head, and the trigger hold in place, you're ready to make your cuts. So you flip on the power, and as you can see, Femi makes it real easy to go from a horizontal saw to a vertical one. For more information on this tabletop attachment for the 782, give us a call or visit tricktools.com.